It's now time for Remember When with Uncle John. John Guess, Ouachita County's resident storyteller and local historian. Sit back now and enjoy a walk down memory lane as John recalls the days of yesteryear in his own unique way. You never know, some of it might even be true. So here's Uncle John, along with his trusty sidekick, Kelly Blair.
Back on Remember When with Uncle John. Well, here we are at the start of a brand new week. Moving, baby. Here it is, Monday, and we're already in motion. Can't just sit back and wait for it to happen. Got to go make it happen for yourself. That's our motto here at the Remember When with Uncle John show, and that's because we got so many great sponsors who have made things happen, wonderful things happen for all their customers. We're talking about people like Sherwin-Williams House Paint, man, down there at 315 Jefferson Street here in Camden. You go in there, they'll do everything but basically paint the house for you. They'll help you pick out your colors, tell you what kinds you need, tell you what goes with what, and how you need to mix it up. 836-8125. Ask for Greg Bradshaw, or they'll point you in the right direction.
And we got ProMed Ambulance. Give them folks a call at 1-800-634-0436. Serving Randolph, Lawrence, Ashley, Union, Dallas, and Calhoun County. Get signed up on their Priority Membership Ambulance Care Program.
No doubt about it. Also, we got our great friends over there at the Shoppers Guide.
836-3022. Give JJ a call. He'll take care of all your printing needs.
There you go, including score sheets for baseball. Senior citizen, large print score sheets for your baseball. You can use it for T-ball or, pitching machine, whatever you got going on. But, all kinds of great stuff down there. And don't forget, folks, that if you're a little late to getting up and catching us first thing in the morning with our pre-recorded shows, you can always tune into our podcast, which you can find on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, and GeoSavant. Pretty much anywhere you find podcasts. Just make sure you type in Remember When with Uncle John. Be sure to include the with Uncle John part. Otherwise, you pull up dozens, maybe even a couple of hundred Remember Whens, and it ain't got nothing to do with all the funny stories we're telling about people here in Ouachita County and the surrounding area.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which, what do you want to talk about today here, Jeff?
Well, I just came back from North Arkansas. I've been up at Gentry for a few days.
Beautiful country up there.
Did you see in the news where Henry Winkler, the Fonz,
I was finna to say I don't know nothing about no wrinkled up Henrys, but I saw where the Fonz made an appearance.
He was at Siloam Springs, right down the road from where I was staying.
Pretty cool.
Big new convenience store up there. Stopped in, got some coffee, from the girls, and it brought back a memory that I hadn't thought of in 30 years.
Oh, there you a memory about the Fonz.
Matter of fact, it was about a little over 30 years ago, not long ago, 1992. I had a meter school. I was working at Ouachita Electric and just getting in the metering business, and had a meter school in Nashville, Tennessee.
All right.
And Charity was a little baby, and it was right after my mother had passed away, and everybody in the family jumped in to take care of her. But me and Denise and Cherica went to Nashville, Tennessee for a week to meter school.
Oh, there you go.
And we went to the Grand Ole Opry, and we went to Nashville Now, taping and all that. Well, I went to the Cars of the Stars Museum, things like that. But as we were going to Nashville, right between Henderson and Nashville, we stopped at a store. And this is before your time. I know it is. But when the Porter Wagner show was on TV, he had a comic on there called Speck Rhodes.
Speck Rhodes.
Wore a checkerboard suit and a green bowler hat.
Oh, okay.
Had a couple of teeth missing, Typical hillbilly comic,
Sounds like quite the individual.
That they always associate us people in the South with. But Speck Rhodes was in there. And I walked up right behind him, and when I heard him talk, I knew who he was, because my daddy watched Porter Wagner every Saturday. Nice. And you didn't talk when Porter Wagner was on.
Yeah, don't change channel, don't disturb him, anything.
Now, Denise or Cherica had no idea who he was, but I've got a picture. I got several pictures at my home of them with Speck Rhodes.
Nice.
Speck used to call his girlfriend Sadie.
Okay.
Every Saturday on the Porter Wagner show.
Okay.
And he would talk about what's going on that week.
Was that one of those phones that you held one piece up to your ear and you spoke into the part of the box and said, Sarah, connect me to somebody?
That's right.
Okay.
But anyway, that's, I saw Henry Winkler up there, and he had took photo ops with all the girls. And I don't know why that popped into my mind. I hadn't thought about it since it happened. But Spec Rhodes, Denise and Cherica could say they had met Spec Rhodes.
Isn't it amazing how entertainment has changed and everything? So many things now are high tech and special effects, and it's got to have a video to it and everything. And those folks back then could take radio programs and just describe what was going on to you and make you laugh just as much.
And the guy was as friendly. I mean, you couldn't tell if he'd had a bad day. He was glad to meet us, shook our hands, took the pictures. You don't find them like that anymore hardly.
No, that's true.
He was just as humble and appreciative as he could be.
Yeah, nowadays you ask one of the celebrities for their signature, they want to say, "Can you slide your debit card right here real quick?"
Absolutely.
That's going to wrap up Remember When with Uncle John here for today, folks. But hey, we're just getting started. We'll be right here. Same bat time, same bat channel the rest of the week. We'll see you tomorrow, John.
See you tomorrow, Kelly.
You've been listening to Remember When with Uncle John on Y95. This broadcast can be heard each weekday morning at 6:45 on South Arkansas's favorite station, Y95.